What's up, gamers? Today we're going to be talking about tracking different timers in League and how you can use those to get a leg up on your opponent. Remember that we post tons of videos here on the app for multiple different games, so make sure to browse around so you don't miss anything. Okay, let's get into the lesson. To warm up, you should go into the practice tool and clear your jungle, and then you can see how long it takes for camps to respawn. You can also use a third-party site like u.gg that will track this for you. The important thing is that you memorize the timing of camps respawning and have some way to track it. Remember that when the minimap has a white dot over something that is respawning, it is around a minute left until it comes back up. When it's yellow, it is around 15 seconds left until it comes back up. The second thing you want to do is use your summoner spell cooldowns and then see how long it takes to come back. This is harder to do with Smite because it has 2 charges, but tracking summoner cooldowns is extremely important, so if you're able to track how long they take to come back, you know the punish window to use on your opponents. Now that you understand the respawn timing for your jungle camps, that also means you know the respawn timing for the enemy camps, and that gives you a big advantage. Because if you can figure out what the camps are available to take for your enemy, you can make a strong educated guess about which side of the map they are on, and you can make the look a play off that. For example, if you know the enemy jungler full cleared, and you and your jungler also full cleared, then you know that the timer for the respawns of the camps are essentially the same, which means you should know where the enemy jungler is once those camps are starting to come back up. Using this information is extremely important to make plays in lane or in the jungle, as information is everything in League. The more info you have that isn't directly shown to you, the more advanced your knowledge will be and the more you will climb. If you see that the camps are respawning on the other side of the map for your enemy, it may be a good time to make a play on the opposite side of the map because it is very likely that the enemy jungler will not be anywhere near to help. Another big punish window is when you know your enemies don't have any summoners available to them. If you see your lane opponent of the enemy jungler use flash, you can play much more aggressively if you have your flash. This is because you now have a way to get out if things go bad and your opponents have no way to follow you. The big thing is, if you know the enemy jungler doesn't have flash, then you can play way more aggressively in lane, or in the jungle, because junglers don't have flash are very useless, and a lot of the times, they need that flash for the extra mobility to make consistent plays. If you see your opponent waste their summoner spells, it is almost always worth it to try and punish them by engaging them. Even if you lose the fight, the concept is extremely important, and failing to win the fight should not deter you from the fact that making that play is good. Where this all comes together is for objective fights. I've said this before and I'll say it again. You should always be preparing for an objective if you plan to fight it about a minute before it spawns. Objective fights are all about properly prepping for them and making sure that you have all the resources that you need to fight it. If you know that the enemy jungle camps are up on the opposite side of the map, you can use that knowledge to take control of the objective area while they are clearing their camps and put down deep vision or set up traps. You can also use the knowledge of their team not having all their summoner spells available, because if a lot of the opponents are missing their sums, it's highly likely that they won't contest the objective, and if they do, they'll probably lose. The key thing to practice here is to set up for the objective fight 1 minute before they spawn, and if you know the key enemy champ doesn't have summoner spells available, make sure you target them first and take them out of the fight, as most champs without sums are free kills. Practice all this in an unrated match, and really force yourself to fight and engage when you see the enemies use their sums, and play aggressively if you track the timers of the jungle camps and have a strong idea of where the enemy jungler is. Again, I'm Coach Brandon, and today we went over how to track timers and why it is important. Videos from me pop up all the time here on the app, so make sure to keep an eye out for my newest content. Remember to stay hungry, stay humble, and I'll see you all next time.